Welcome back to Hot Water Wrestling, and today I come to you from the land of the North Pole. Now, anyways, we're getting near the holidays, and all the crazy holiday stress is creeping up to us, and all the fixins and all the running around and the hustle and bustle, and I hope you guys got all your shopping done. But anyways, let's get on to more important things like wrestling. I have a very important thing to talk about, and that is the Monday Night War, as people are calling it, which is kind of inappropriate, but whatever. The Monday Night War, as it's being referred to, part 2, more like kind of the Monday Night Scrimmage, if you ask me. But something very important I want to say, and I know a lot of people have heard this before in other ways, but I have to get it off my chest. You know, we've come on here over the months, and before I made my channel, you know, I lurked and watched, and I was a subscriber, and I watched people's videos. But, you know, we've been coming on here on YouTube and complaining about WWE creative, complaining about WWE being stale, complaining about this crazy push to Sheamus, which is BS in my opinion, of course. But nonetheless, if WWE was going to do a crazy push, we all agree that they could have chosen a John Morrison or a Shelton Benjamin or a Jack Swagger or someone like that, okay, who's paid their dues. One of those guys could have come out of left field and won it. It would have been just as shocking, and we probably would have been happier. But anyways, that's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about WWE, and we all want to save WWE because we all know that WWE is, you know, the best promotion and holds a special place in our hearts. It's the best promotion alive today. You know, indie wrestling, it's indie wrestling, and it's always been kind of different than what WWE gives us. So, you know, I'm not trying to make fun of any indie promotion. But anyways, let me get to my point. The point is that we need to give WWE a scare. We need to light a little fire under their ass, okay? It's time to light a fire under their ass. And if you're a WWE supporter and you love WWE and you want to see the best for WWE, then you will tune in to Impact on Monday night. Because the more viewers that Impact gets, the more threat that TNA poses to the WWE, the better off us fans are going to be, because it's going to force the WWE to stay sharp. It's going to force the WWE to compete. It's going to force the WWE to try and develop storylines and angles that are going to lure us to their program. Now, as it stands right now, there's not really a lot luring me to WWE programming. Now, I love it and I watch it, and I'm going tonight to a house show here in my area, SmackDown ECW house show. Whoop-de-doo. But still, it's cool. Hey, can't think of anything better to do on a Saturday night. So, you know, I want you to think about that. I want you to think about if TNA does pose a threat to WWE, how it helps WWE, how it helps us as fans. That competition is healthy and good. Now, a lot of you have watched wrestling documentaries. A lot of you know about the old Monday Night War, the real Monday Night War between WCW and WWE. Don't think for one second that the awesome Attitude Era and all the great stuff that we saw in WWE back in those days didn't have to do with the threat that WCW posed. It had everything to do with the threat WCW posed. It had everything to do with that. Everything and more. That's why it was so crazy, intense, and outrageous, because they were trying to lure viewers into their show. Okay? If it wasn't for that, who knows what direction WWE would have taken. Maybe they would have reached this PG era, this complacency much sooner. But it was WCW stealing their viewership and doing these crazy, raunchy, sleazy angles that WWE had to compete with. They said, look, hey, all these people are watching this WCW programming. We got to do something to bring them in to see our program. The same thing will happen if we all get behind TNA and elevate them and make them a threat to WWE. It's only going to help the wrestling business. It's only going to help WWE. And it's going to help all the guys. You know, right now people don't have a lot of places to go. TNA can't afford to take on every superstar who's unhappy in the WWE. You know, they can't just keep paying huge salaries. You know, so there's a cap there. And so people are forced to work in the WWE or go to the indies. And, you know, a lot of people can't make a living in the indies. You know, a lot of those indie wrestlers, they have another job or they have another source of income. They don't do that full time. Some of them do. Some of them do, but some of them don't. A lot of them don't. Okay, so there's not a lot of places for people to go anymore. And that's important. You need that competition. The reason why McDonald's stays so damn good is because Burger King and Wendy's are out there. Or vice versa, however you want to look at it. The reason why Warner Brothers puts out big blockbuster movies is because Universal's putting out big blockbuster movies. The reason why Disney's doing what they're doing is because Warner Brothers is doing what they're doing. You know, you get what I'm trying to say, okay? It all, if there's no competition and there's no one keeping people honest, then complacency sets in. It's just human nature, okay? It's just the way it goes. There's no fire under the ass. The ass ain't gonna move. If you're on a football team and your coach is lazy, your whole team's gonna be lazy. So I want you guys to think about that. I want you to ponder that, and I want you to see if you agree with me. If you love WWE, then you will support TNA for a little while and watch their program, especially on January 4th, and DVR Raw and watch it afterwards or the next night, because ECW blows anyway, so just watch Raw on Tuesday. Now, I know a lot of you say that I can watch Impact on their rerun night on Thursday. Don't do that. If you're going to do that, tape Raw and watch Raw on Thursday night, okay? It's very important. Edge is the best. I'm talking to you. I heard that you said you were going to watch TNA on Thursday, which seems like a logical thing to do. But if you really love WWE, you'll tune into Impact because it's going to make all the difference in the world. Now, I live in the South Florida area, and Hot Water Wrestling may just be at the Impact taping in the flesh. I'm working on the details right now. I know someone who works for the company. I'm trying to get all hooked up with some really good seats and everything. So I'll keep you informed of that. And in the meantime, stay thirsty, my friends. See you next time on Hot Water Wrestling. Get at it.